I'm going to unbox the Rode Videomic Pro Plus. The Rode Videomic Pro Plus is pretty large. Here's the original Videomic Pro. This is not the one with the new suspension shock mount. This is the original first generation as compared to the new Rode Videomic Pro Plus. Look at the size of that windscreen and the entire mic itself. This is probably the biggest drawback to this system right now, is the sheer size of it. The difference is, for this upgrade, besides the suspension, which is on the upgraded version of the older model, are removable 3.5mm jacks that you can swap out, and it also has locking. The one that comes with the camera, it doesn't lock, but when you plug it in, you can now transport them easier. They also have the cable that goes into mobile devices, and you can swap out. You have to purchase that separately, but you can get that cable and plug this microphone directly into, say, an iPhone, an iPad. A few other upgrades with this model is it has a proprietary battery, which is basically a AA, but it lasts longer. This supposedly lasts, I heard one site say 70 hours, and then I heard another site say 100 hours. I guess you can buy another Rode lithium battery for a backup. I wouldn't. I don't think that's necessary. You can just carry AA's as your backup. And they provide you with the USB cable. There's a USB port here, and that's how you charge the battery. And you can also run this microphone without the battery and plugged into, say, a USB battery pack, like the same thing you would charge your phone or like a GoPro. You plug that in there, you can have an unlimited runtime and external power. To turn it on, you hold the power button. On this side, you can do some high-pass filtering, which takes all the low end off of the mic. You can also do some low-pass filtering, so if you hit these simultaneously, that light goes down, and all the high end, the very high frequencies are cut out, and you can combine them, have a high pass and low pass. On this side, with this one button, you can control the decibel levels. Right now it's set to 0. You can go to a positive 20 or a negative 10. The two features that interest me a lot are the redundancy track. So if you hit these two buttons at the same time, that light goes on. And with that light, you get a negative 6 dB lower audio signal on your, I think it's the right channel. Right or left, I don't know which, I'm gonna find out. That means when you're recording into your camera, since your camera, you can't control the right and left channel of audio, in most, I think in all DSLR mirrorless cameras, you can't control the right and left channels. But now that this gives you a backup track, your one channel will be the level that you set it at, and then the other channel would be 6 dBs lower. And the other really nice feature in this microphone is that when you're plugged into a camera that has plug-in power, like the GH5, GH4, and you turn the camera off, this automatically turns off. That way you won't lose, you won't keep the mic on forever because you forgot to switch it off. Like the old Rode microphone, I would forget to turn off the power, put it in my camera bag, and the entire 9V is drained after I get back from a flight. I was experimenting with other manufacturers, and I discovered the Shure VP83 lens hopper. There's two of these. There's one that has a built-in flash recorder, and then there's this one, which is basically like the other one, but it doesn't have flash recording, internal recording. And this has been an amazing microphone that I've used for pretty much all of my shoots that I need a shotgun mic for, a camera shotgun mic for. Here's a size difference. The Shure VP83 is what, almost half the size of the Rode Videomic Pro Plus. Takes a single AA battery. Doesn't have all the digital features that I was just showing on this one, but it does have the -10, +20 of gain, and it has the high pass filter. You can't control whether you want 150 or 75 of the frequency cutoffs, but you still have a high pass there. And yeah, when you want to be very mobile and you don't have a lot of space, I would say there's nothing wrong with the Shure. Let's do a quick audio test. I'm going to plug both of these microphones one at a time into the GH5, and I'll do just a very fast audio test. Okay, this is the Shure VP83, and I have it about 12 inches from my mouth, and I have it plugged right with an extension cable into the GH5. The GH5 is all the way down to -12 in the audio level. This is the lowest the GH5 can go. And with the VP83, I have the gain set to 0. So this is how the microphone naturally is at 0 dBs of gain. So I'm holding the mic by the shock mount hot shoe, and I'm going to test some shakiness of it. Shaking the microphone. I'm going to touch the cable. Now I'm going to pan the microphone off to the side so you can hear the off-access rejection of the microphone. Then I'm going to pan it back towards my mouth. And now I'm going to pan it to the other side so you can hear that side of the rejection. And now I'm going to, let's turn it completely around. So I'm going to face I'm pointed at the ground now. So the microphone, you'll just hear what it sounds like in a realistic setting. Say if you're interviewing somebody and you're pointing the microphone at them and you're also speaking, this is what it's going to sound like. Sort of. There's a lot of audio that's reflecting off the floor, but... And I'll go back to my mouth. So this was 12 inches from my mouth and 0 dBs. Now I'm going to have the exact same camera settings on the GH5, and I will swap to the Rode Videomic Pro Plus. Now I'm recording with the Rode Videomic Pro Plus. As soon as I plugged the extension into the microphone, it automatically turned on, which is what I was talking about earlier, where the plug-in power controls the on-off of the mic. Pretty nice. So this microphone is 12 inches from my mouth. It's pointed directly at me, and I'm going to test the shakiness of the mount. See if you can hear any noise. Now I'm going to rub the cable a little bit. Do you hear the cable noise? So let's test the off-access rejection. I'm going to turn it to this side and hear what it sounds like. This is what the off-access rejection sounds like, and I'm going back towards my mouth. This is what my mouth. Now I'm going to turn it to the other side, and you can hear this side's off-access rejection. And now I'm going to face it to the ground so you can hear what it sounds like when it's faced the opposite way of somebody speaking. Now I'm going to go back to the center. And you know, now that I'm thinking of it, it really does sound less intense. The gain does sound less than the Shure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap on the 20 dBs of gain. Okay, now I turn on the 20 dBs of gain, and this sounds a lot better to me. This sounds way more, the gain sounds what it should sound like. After the test between these two microphones, I thought for sure that the Rode Videomic Pro Plus was going to outperform the Shure in every way possible, and there was no reason why I should keep the Shure. But having listened to it and tested them, I think there's still a place for the Shure VP83 in my camera bag. I don't know, if I'm traveling and I want to be very lightweight and small and not be as noticeable but still have the best on-camera audio, it's hard to say the Shure is obsolete. I think there's still a place for the Shure. Now, for everything else, where I don't want a small profile and I just want the best audio possible, I think I'm just going to go with the Rode and have it on 20 dBs of gain. That's a simple solution. And plus, Rode 10-year factory warranty, pretty good deal. This is a very versatile microphone. It's $300 now, but it might come down. It might come down in a few months in the holidays, or not. It's still worth it. That's my test. That's my thoughts of this Videomic Pro Plus. I like it. I'm going to keep it, but I'm also going to hold on to my Shure VP83.